Children, here you are observing, so macromolecules and also building blocks. So what are the building blocks of carbohydrates? Monosaccharides. And what are the building blocks of fats? Fatty acids and glycerol. And what are the building blocks of proteins? Amino acids. Again you are seeing the nutrients which are present in our diet, in our food. So they are the major components that should be present in the food and diet are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins. Here you see components of food already we discussed, and here we need to discuss about what are carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the major type of nutrients, and carbohydrate they provide energy to our body. So carbohydrate consists of what? Glucose. Glucose is simple sugar. Fructose is a simple sugar. And glucose and fructose are present in the carbohydrate that is called as a monosaccharide. If more than one glucose fructose are present, and that type of carbohydrates are called as disaccharides. And polysaccharide consists of what? Chain of glucose and chain of fructose. So many glucose molecules are present. If two glucose molecules are present, that type of carbohydrate is called as a disaccharide. If a carbohydrate consists of what? Only one glucose or one fructose, and that is called as a monosaccharide. And many chains of what glucose molecules are present, and that glucose are present, they are called as polysaccharides. So here carbohydrates are the major source of nutrients, and they are providing energy to our body cells, and especially they consist of glucose, and glucose is burned in our body cells, and thereby we are getting energy in the form of ATP, energy molecule getting. That is the reason carbohydrates are called as energy nutrients, energy providing nutrients. So I told you what are monosaccharides and glucose structure C6H12O6, and I told you what are the functions of glucose, and also I told you what are disaccharides. Di means two. Here you see mono means only one. So monosaccharides are the simple sugars such as glucose and fructose. If only simple sugar is present, only glucose is present, and that is called as a monosaccharide. If only one fructose is present, it is also called as monosaccharide. And disaccharide, di means two. Disaccharides are composed of two monosaccharides. So if two monosaccharides they comprises to form what? Disaccharides. Disaccharides consist of two monosaccharides, and two monosaccharides joined together form as disaccharide. Example: sucrose, table sugar, is disaccharide composed of one glucose also one fructose molecule. So table sugar, it consists of one glucose also one fructose that is molecule, and that is called as a disaccharide. Give example for disaccharide, you need to write what? Table sugar. And polysaccharides are long chains of monosaccharides. So many monosaccharides they join together to form as a chain, and the chains of these monosaccharides are called as polysaccharides. Example for polysaccharides are starches and also cellulose. And the sources of nutrients which are present, and the polysaccharides which are present in the different types of foods are potatoes, rice, wheat, corn, bananas, peas, beans, lentils and other tuberous seeds, and fruits of the plants. Animals, humans stores excess of glucose in the form of glycogen. So here I told you the source of polysaccharides, I told you the source of monosaccharide, I told you the source of disaccharides. So plants are storing that excess of glucose molecules in their body parts in the form of what? that is starch and also cellulose. In animals, extra glucose molecules are converted to glycogen, and this glycogen is stored in liver and also muscle for future purpose. Suppose if you don't eat food or breakfast in the morning or not taken what meal in the afternoon, and you may get energy from glycogen. So glycogen is stored in liver and also muscle, and this glycogen is once again converted back to glucose, and in this way we are getting what glucose, that is levels in the body constant, and that glucose is giving what energy to perform different activities in living organism. So here in case of plant, extra glucose is converted to what, that is starch and also cellulose, and in case of animal, excess of glucose molecules are converted into what glycogen, and they are stored in liver and so what muscles. Next, we need to understand about what is starch. I told you starch is stored in plant cells, and excess of glucose molecules are stored in plants in the form of starch, and they contain what large number of glucose molecules, and the color of the starch is white, and normally starch is insoluble in water and also alcohol, but starch may be dissolved in hot water. And now we need to discuss about what are fats. Fats are fats along with carbohydrates fall in the category of energy giving food. So fats are giving energy to living organism, and carbohydrates are giving what energy to living body, and fats are stored in fat tissues, and they are giving what instant energy to the living organisms. And here the fats are present in animal source of food like meat, ghee, butter, and they are also present in egg yolk, nuts, cooking oils are the major source of fat source of food. Our body stores excess of that is energy in the form of fat, and this stored fat is used by the body for the production of energy when it is required. So fat is considered to be energy bank in our body. Children, a question may ask like, so what is the energy bank in our body? That time you need to write the answer like fat. So fat is called as energy bank in our body, and fats are essential for absorption of vitamins. So here we need vitamins, and vitamins they are required in our nutrition, and vitamins are A, D, E, K. They are called as fat soluble, and these fat soluble vitamins are stored in our body for future purpose, and that information given here. So there is essential for the absorption of vitamins like A, D, E, K in the body. So fat in our body also prevent heat loss from the body surface. So here fat is considered to be energy bank, and that fat is also useful to store some of the vitamins like A, D, E, K, and they are called as fat soluble vitamins. And fats also used to prevent heat loss from our body. And now we need to understand about what are proteins. I told you proteins are the body building materials, and proteins are the complex organic molecules, and protein consists of what carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and building blocks of the proteins are amino acids, and these are required for cell growth and also required for to repair the worn out body organs, and they are present in milk, eggs, meat, fish, and all kinds of pulses. So these are the what food sources, and these food sources consist of what proteins, and proteins are called as building blocks of our body. So here you are observing page number 9. There you see how to test the presence of carbohydrates, how to test the presence of what proteins, and how to test the presence of what minerals. Here you see this page consists of what cooked potato, and you see the presence of a test tube, and here test tube consists of what iodine solution, and boiled or peeled and also crushed potatoes. Take crushed potatoes in a test tube or boiled what potatoes in test tube, and you need to add what iodine solution, and these potatoes, what crushed potatoes, they become what bluish black, and that it indicates that potatoes consist of what carbohydrate, and that is a test for the carbohydrate. Suppose if you take 1 or 2 drops, if you add 1 or 2 drops of what iodine on rice, and white rice turns to bluish black, and that indicates that that the food nutrient consists of what carbohydrate, that is test for the carbohydrate. And next, experiment perform, observation and also inference. So what is the inference we got? If you test for the presence of what milk, that is test for the fats. So here simple test is greasy spot test. Suppose if you take what a groundnut, and open the groundnut coats, seed coats, and take the seed of the groundnut and rub it on a paper, and you see what the presence of what a greasy spot of the filter paper, that indicate that groundnut consists of what fats. So again, crushed food sample, ethanol, distilled water, experiment performed, milky white perforate, presence of what lipid confirms. So here that test is helpful to know the food consists of what fats, and also I told you greasy spot test on filter paper, it also confirm the presence of what fats in the food, and here groundnuts. And we need to test for the presence of proteins. So here violet coloration, and that is the test of Buret test. So take what crushed pulses in a test tube and add 10 drops of water and 2 drops of copper sulfate and 10 drops of what caustic soda, and you see violet coloration, and that indicates that presence of what proteins in the food. And the second test is sample of what pulses and ninhydrin reagent, and there you see the blue or purple coloration, and that coloration also indicate that the presence of what proteins. And third one is sample for concentrated nitric acid, and yellow coloration or precipitate, it also shows that the food consists of what proteins. So first table is giving an inference that the food consists of fats, and second table giving the inference that the food consists of proteins. And here you see vitamins and minerals. So vitamins and minerals are the nutrients, and they are required for our body growth and repair, and also they make the body healthy condition. So you see vitamins are complex organic substances, and which are essential for growth and maintenance our body. Vitamins are organic substances, and vitamins are called as micronutrients, and they are responsible for our growth of the body and also maintenance of our body. So vitamins are helpful for the growth of the body and also maintenance of the body, and they are called as micronutrient, and they are required in minute amounts but not in large amount. Again, based on their solubility in water and also fats, vitamins are divided into two groups based on their solubility in water and also oils. So if vitamins are soluble in water, they are called as water soluble vitamin, and they are B complex and C. So B complex C consists of many vitamins: B1, B2, B3, B6, B12, folic acid, pantothenic acid, biotin, ascorbic acid, like that. So many vitamins are present, and that is the reason called as B complex, and also vitamin C, and vitamin C also called as ascorbic acid. And these complex vitamins, they soluble in water, so they are called as water soluble vitamins, and remaining vitamins are called as fat soluble vitamin, and then can be stored in the fat that is present in the body. And fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, K. A, retinol; D, calciferol; E, tocopherol; K, phylloquinol. Like that, 4 vitamins are called as fat soluble, and they soluble in fat, so they are called as fat soluble vitamin. Children, we discuss vitamins are two types, fat soluble and so water soluble, and also we require for minerals also for so in the presence of minerals in our body, general metabolic activity takes place. So here you see vitamin table. You need to understand this vitamin table perfectly. So I told you the importance of vitamins, and they are required for growth, also maintain the body. And based on the solubility, vitamins are divided into two groups, and they are fat soluble and so water soluble. So A is a fat soluble vitamin, that is called a retinol, and B is a water soluble vitamin. C is also water soluble vitamin. B and C are water soluble vitamins, and remaining are fat soluble A, D, E, K, retinol, calciferol, tocopherol, phylloquinone. They are called as fat soluble. And you need to understand about in which sources vitamin A is present, and that is given in the table, and they are present in carrot, liver and cod liver. Like that, you need to read. And vitamin K function for night vision, also healthy skin. If the vitamin A is absent, we are getting a disease that is called as night blindness and also skin infection. So vitamin B is present in these sources, and it is useful to perform all these function. In the absence of vitamin B, we are getting what beriberi and also anemia. And vitamin C is present in fresh foods and vegetables, and it is performing this function. If it is absent, we are getting what scurvy, that is bleeding gums. And vitamin D is present in all these food sources, and it is helpful to perform these functions. And if the vitamin is absent, we are getting what rickets and also dental decay. And vitamin E is present in all these food sources, and it is performing this function. If the vitamin E is absent, we are getting sterility in case of males and abortion in case of females. And vitamin K also helpful, important, it is also performing an important function, and it is useful for blood clotting. And if vitamin K is absent in the body, in our diet, and prolonged what bleeding takes place, and it also lead to the death of a person. Children, this table giving information that and different types of vitamins and their sources, and also functions, and also deficiency diseases. And finally, we need to discuss about what are minerals. So minerals are required for our body in small quantities, and they are iron, iodine and calcium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium are the common minerals, and they are required for our body. And they also involved in several metabolic activity that takes place in the body. And also ionic balance in the body is maintained in the presence of these what minerals. So this table is giving an information that what are the minerals we are requiring: calcium, sodium, iron, iodine, phosphorus and potassium. And here you see the sources, and here you see the functions. And deficiency of the calcium causes rickets and osteoporosis and prolonged bleeding and also muscular cramps. Sodium is required for, and in the absence we are getting what muscular cramps. And iron, in the absence of iron we are getting what anemia. In the absence of iodine we are getting what gout and also thyroid gland problems. And phosphorus required, and it is absent we are getting what rickets, also weakness. And we require what potassium, it is preventing that many diseases. If it is absent, we are getting what weak muscles, also paralysis. Children, this is the table which is showing the minerals and also their importance and their sources and also functions, also deficiency diseases. And finally, we need to discuss about what in-text questions. So we discuss the all concept that are present page number 1 to page number 10, the first chapter, components of food. So we discuss flow chart, we discuss the source of food, plant sources, animal source, and we discuss what are the nutrients which are present in the diet, and they are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins. We also discuss based on the food habits, and humans are divided into two groups. They are that is vegetarians also, non-vegetarians. And also we discuss in details what are carbohydrates, what are proteins, and what are fats, and what are minerals, and what are vitamins. And also we discuss what, based on their glucose molecules present in the carbohydrates, they are a simple that is carbohydrate, they are monosaccharides, disaccharides, and also polysaccharides. And we also discuss based on its solubility in water and so fat. And vitamins are divided into two groups. They are water soluble and so fat soluble. Water soluble vitamins are B complex and C, and fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, K. And also we discuss what are the minerals we are required for our body, they are iron, iodine, and phosphorus, potassium, like that. Here you see, here we need to understand about the in-text question. So first question is, bit dash provide energy for doing work. Carbohydrates and fats are providing energy for doing work. Children, write that, carbohydrates and also fats. And second, which vitamins are water soluble? Just now we discussed water soluble vitamins are B complex and C, and the other name for vitamin C is ascorbic acid. So B complex consists of B1, B2, B3, B6, B12, folic acid, pantothenic acid, biotin, ascorbic acid. All these vitamins are called as water soluble vitamins, and they are soluble in water, so they are called water soluble. And third one, dash are known as producers. So producers are the plants. They prepare their food by themselves using what, sunlight, using what, water, using what, chlorophylls, and using what, carbon dioxide. So they are performing photosynthesis, and that is the reason they are called as autotrophs. And photosynthesis is the important life processes. And dash is required for healthy bones and teeth. And calcium and phosphorus are the minerals required for healthy bones and teeth. What is the rich source of vitamin and minerals? What is the rich source of vitamins and minerals? You need to write the food sources. And all greeny leaf vegetable food sources are a rich source for what? Vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals are present in animals, plant source of food, vegetables, also fruits. And now sixth one, dash is found in citrus food, vitamin C. Vitamin C is present in citrus fruits, and the other name for vitamin C is ascorbic acid, and it prevents what? Overbleeding and scurvy. In the absence, it is causing a scurvy disease. And name the nutrients which are mainly give energy to our body. So here the major nutrients which are giving energy to our body are carbohydrates and fats. And which nutrients are needed for the growth and maintenance of the body? So here vitamins are required for growth and maintenance of the body, and they are essential. I told you food should consist of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. And minerals are giving what? Growth and also maintenance of the body. And name a vitamin required for maintaining good eyesight. Good eyesight is in the presence of vitamin that is called as A, and that is fat soluble. A is also called as retinol. It is called retinol. And the last question is, it is simple and also easy to write answer. Is sugar a carbohydrate? Yes, sugar is a carbohydrate. Sucrose is a carbohydrate. Fructose is a carbohydrate. Simple, they are called simple sugars. So here sugar is a carbohydrate. Yes, and sugar consists of what? One glucose, also one fructose, and that is the reason sugar is called as a carbohydrate. It is called as a carbohydrate. It is also called as disaccharide. So we discuss monosaccharides, we discuss disaccharides, and we discuss polysaccharide. Children, in this video we discuss flow chart of source of food and flow chart of nutrients which are present in nutrition and diet. And also we discuss what people, and based on their food habits, divide into two groups. They are vegetarian, also non-vegetarian. And we discuss what are carbohydrates, what are proteins, and what are fats, and what are minerals, and what are vitamins. And also we discuss the importance and also we discuss how to write answer for all these questions which are giving at the end, that is the in test question. Thank you children.